broad range of bilateral, regional and global issues were discussed as the Indian External Affairs Minister held talks with the US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan in New Delhi on Monday. Dr. Jaishankar said that he was confident that the India-US strategic partnership will continue to advance strongly under the Modi 3.0 government. This is the first trip to India by a senior American official after the NDA government led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi returned to power. Earlier, the US NSA met his Indian counterpart Ajit Doval. The duo reviewed progress on the India-US initiative on critical and emerging technologies. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi also met the US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan in New Delhi. Sullivan called on the Prime Minister and held discussions on the Indo-US Comprehensive Global Strategic Partnership. After the meeting, the Prime Minister wrote on the social media platform X that India is committed to furthering their strategic partnership with the United States for global good. And also, on the other hand, in fact, the first high-level India-US or in fact US-India dialogue post the India parliamentary election, the US-India Strategic Partnership Forum, it's going to hold its 7th annual Leadership Summit in Washington on Monday evening. This annual Leadership Summit is the most prestigious US-India gathering in Washington, D.C., bringing together a distinguished cohort of eminent individuals and key stakeholders from both countries. The summit will focus on critical and emerging technology initiatives and honoring Henry R. Kravis for his contributions in strengthening the bond between the United States and India. And my colleague Amrit Pal Singh has been following these stories and he joins us now. Amrit, what message from President Biden did Sullivan convey to Prime Minister Modi?
NSA Sullivan carried the message of President Biden that that the U.S. is committed to taking the comprehensive global partnership to the next level, and that's why you saw this meeting, which is the initiative on critical and emerging technologies. When he met the Prime Minister, he conveyed President Biden's commitment, and the Prime Minister, on his part, expressed satisfaction at the speed and scale of the growing bilateral partnership and the convergence on all areas, especially on regional and global issues. He recalled his interaction with President Biden a few days ago at the G7 summit, and he also expressed his commitment to take the relationship to greater heights in his new term. Mark?
Also, Amrit, now what did the meeting of NSA Sullivan with EAM Jaishankar focus on?
Well, first, of course, the US NSA conveyed to the External Affairs Minister that how the two sides are committed to partnering in critical and emerging technologies such as semiconductors, artificial intelligence, telecom, defense, critical minerals, space, among other areas. And Dr. Jaishankar also on his part told the US National Security Envoy advisor that India on its part would do everything and looks forward to collaborating with the US at the bilateral level, but also at regional forums to the trilateral dialogue between US, India and Korea. Also the cooperation with Australia in minerals. So the two sides basically discussed that where the relationship stands today, and reiterated the commitment to carry on the relationship at the scale and speed it's going. Mark.
Okay, final question, Amrit. Put into context also the meetings of the two NSAs, Sullivan and Doval.
The two NSAs met and with their delegations. In fact, it was a huge delegation that the US side, the US NSA was leading. And they spoke about how they reviewed where the relationship in critical and emerging technologies is going, and talked about how the two sides have made strides towards expanding the strategic partnership in semiconductors, advanced telecommunications, quantum, biotechnology, even clean energy. And they committed once again that their technology will be used for and developed and deployed in a manner that's consistent with the democratic values, and seeing to it that it's not leaked to any other countries. They reiterated the commitment to focusing on efforts for joint co-production, co-development, research and development, and leveraging innovation for enhancing coordination to other like-minded nations to deliver a secure, reliable, cost-competitive technology solution, which is not just in the interest of the Indian and the American people, but the world at large, Mark.
Okay, we leave it there. Thank you very much, Amritpal Singh, for joining us with those updates.